6. The Deputy Prime Minister will cease interjecting. Members on my left. Unparliamentary language. The member for Bass, it's okay. Just be as patient as I am.
Back to 5.
The opposition regime is...
Senator for Goldstein looks guilty.
But, no, you're interjecting regularly and you're waving your arms around. Well, you moved him, I didn't, You are.
We've got 5 bills.
Tony Smith is a member of a very rare club.
Let's make a start. What have we got first up?
Speakers of the House of Representatives who have come to be respected by both sides of politics.
I believe, Mr Speaker, that we have had the privilege to serve in this House at a time when this House has had its finest Speaker in you.
You have been one of the finest examples of parliamentarians of your generation.
There were rowdy scenes in federal parliament today.
I'm asking you to return to the question.
Happy to do that, Mr Speaker. So
I don't care whether you're happy or not.
Okay.
You need to return to the question.
$500 million, Mr Speaker.
Well, I've sat ministers down and certainly pulled ministers and prime ministers into line. I don't expect them to be thrilled about it, but I think it's important to be fair and consistent.
So, Tony Smith, everybody thinks you're doing a great job, so why are you going?
Well, not everyone, and that's kind, Laura, but I do believe in renewal. Not that I don't love it, I love it enormously, and being Speaker is an incredible honour.
How much did you actually know about parliamentary practice or procedure before you became Speaker?
I had probably raised 4 or 5 points of order as a backbencher, so I wasn't a regular at that. I was just about to do that before I was so rudely interrupted. I mean, I became Speaker in sudden and unexpected circumstances.
Bronwyn Bishop is under more pressure this evening.
I have asked you to leave under 94A.
Bronwyn Bishop is a casualty of her own decision-making.
It is not a good look.
Smith was elevated to the job in 2015 in the wake of an entitlement scandal engulfing his predecessor Bronwyn Bishop, whose time in the chair had been highly controversial.
Mr Smith has been elected as Speaker.
I had to get myself up to speed very quickly. It took a week or two, and and a few sleepless nights.
They interject, they get ejected. So
Smith quickly got the hang of the rules, maintaining order in a tightly balanced parliament.
You must have short memories.
Including by tossing misbehaving MPs out of the parliament for an hour, using one of the most infamous rules in the standing orders.
94A. The provisions of Standing Order 94A do not require a warning. The 94A, 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 or 94A. I mean, I can't make it any more clear.
Mr Costello, if I can turn...
Smith had come to Parliament House as a young parliamentary staffer for an ambitious opposition frontbencher in the 1990s.
you're never going to make the inroads.
Who found himself in the Treasurer's office after the 1996 election, and 5 years later was elected as an MP for the Melbourne seat of Casey.
Okay, welcome to the People's House.
Oh, lovely to be here.
Smith's long career in the building before the speakership has given him a good vantage point to observe changes in the way the Parliament runs and the tone of the debate.
That ability to be able to respond in a debate and give a speech that's not written, I've always found that just an incredible skill that some people have.
What a weak, boring, soporific, pathetic performance that was.
He'll die on the straight on me. If I stretch him out till May, he'll die on the straight on me.
A lot of people think the standing of Parliament has declined from what it was a few decades ago.
I've looked at some of those debates from those earlier years, and it might surprise people. Some of them are just as robust, more robust. I mean, when you were first a reporter, Laura, and I was a young staff member, it was pretty willing, and there are things that were said then that people wouldn't say now.
That's what you did. You fraud. You disgraceful, disgusting fraud.
I asked that the Deputy Prime Minister withdraw those remarks.
Joe, of course I won't withdraw it. Of course I won't withdraw it. Disgusting is not unparliamentary, you clown.
Order. Go and sit down.
And one of the regrets I've always had is the public don't get to see all of Parliament, and they think it's just question time. That's not the case. And there's some magnificent bipartisan work that's done on committees, and that's really the Parliament at its best, I think.
What are the most dramatic things you remember?
You'd remember the riot before the 1996 budget. all of the steps I was going to take in the lead up to the budget, and this obviously wasn't on the list. And so I found that fairly dramatic.
As there are fewer than 5 members on the side for the noes in this division, I declare the question resolved in the affirmative.
The debate and the vote on same-sex marriage, no matter what people's views, that was obviously historic, and to be in there in the chair for the last part of that debate.
What a day for love!
And with the public galleries full for debate on legislation, I mean, that never happens.
That's it.
The Speaker can end up playing a huge role in the way events and the drama in Parliament play out.
They don't care about the Australian Constitution.
It's about how we treat sick people in our care.
In 2019, the Morrison government suffered an historic defeat in the House, losing the first substantive vote since 1929 over the so-called Medivac legislation. Crucial in the drama was Smith's decision to table advice on the bill from the Commonwealth Solicitor-General, against the wishes of the government. Last month, Smith once again was in the middle of a controversy, this time over the referral of former Attorney-General Christian Porter to what is the self-policing arm of the Parliament, the Privileges Committee.
I am satisfied that a prima facie case has been made out.
On this occasion, it was not Smith's decision to recommend to the House that it debate the referral immediately that was controversial, but the government's unprecedented decision to reject the Speaker's advice. Smith, as Speakers ultimately always are, is deferential to the will of the Parliament on that.
The Speaker does not reach a concluded view. That would be a matter for, the House itself. So that's what happened. I love it enormously, and being Speaker is an incredible honour. And I'm sure I'll miss it terribly, but I do think it's just the right time to hand the baton to someone else. I thought it's just time.
Honourable members, the Speaker.
Hi, I'm Lee Sales. Thanks for watching this story. If you'd like to watch more of 730's stories, they are on the left of your screen. And tap on the button below to subscribe and get the latest from ABC News.